Welcome, guys, to the third episode of the Ripple Lounge. I've been missing for a month or two because of anime conventions and working out. So, my guest this time is Tony. Actually, wait, no. This one is actually going to be audio only just because I'm scaling back and trying to focus more on content instead of all the other equipment stuff since I'm still really new to this. But okay, back to my guest, Tony. He's here to talk to us about Hong Kong and all the races we had there. Two races?
Yeah, 2 races. Yeah, it's
What?
like 4 days of racing total.
That's a lot.
I know.
So
We were pretty tired.
yeah, I can imagine. I mean, especially in in Hong Kong?
Yep.
It's just how both of them were in Hong Kong, right? Or different parts of China?
Yeah, both are in Hong Kong. One was in Stanley, which is in the southern part of the Hong Kong island.
Oh, I didn't
That
know
was
that.
a one day race. It was pretty fun. It's kind of like our sprint race.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because it's 270 meters, 3 heats during the day, and that was pretty much it. But that was lots of fun.
Mm-hmm. I also heard, how many boats per race? I heard there were 12, or was that the other race?
Yeah, this is a Stanley race. There were 12 boats per heat. So there were a total of 193 mixed teams.
That's a lot. Well, I mean, you're in Hong Kong, so...
Yeah. So there were tons of teams.
the Dragon Boat and all that.
Yeah, and it happened on the day of the Double Fifth Festival.
Oh, yeah, the actual...
Like the holiday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you guys listened to the second episode of the Ripple Lounge. Janet and I gave a really, really inaccurate story of where Dragon Boat originated from. Have you heard it, Tony?
I think I heard it.
Yeah. It's we're both. I was pretty close in my story, but it's still off. Janet's involved dragons that you haven't heard. Check back to the second episode, and it's hilarious. There's also another hilarious moment back there. It actually was video, and we were dancing. But check the second episode out if you haven't seen it already.
Cool.
Okay, so I also saw that they were giving out trophies. Or was that the second race? After each.
Yeah, that was the Stanley race, right?
That's insane. It's wow.
They had all these trophies lined up right on the stage, and we weren't sure how they did it. And then all of a sudden, we got first place in our first qualifying heat. And then they're like, "Oh, you get a trophy for what? For winning first place in the heat." We're like, "Oh, okay, that's new." So we go up there, get our trophy, and it says, race 26, qualifying heat number whatever, first place. And we're like, okay. I guess we can get used to this.
Was this every race? Or
No, so they skipped the semifinal. They did not give out a trophy,
right.
But then they would give out a trophy to the champion or in the final, right?
Okay, so it's just
first race and last race.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Wow. Okay, that's pretty nice.
But it's really funny because if you got into the final so they had a cup division and a plate division.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like comp versus rec, right? So if you got into any of the comp or the cup division finals, all 12 finalists gets a trophy.
Wow, that's a lot of trophies to hand out.
Yeah.
Especially with so many teams, too. Wow, they got stuff really organized.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And the trophy is really awesome. It's a pretty big trophy.
Yeah.
And, there's ribbons on it. And, we're all taking pictures with it. So
I know, I saw all those Facebook posts.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in between the first and second race was about 5-6 days or something?
They were about 3 days.
All right,
Yeah.
So what do you guys do in between? I know there's a lot of food photos around somewhere. Some people are posting about it, but what do you do?
Well, so I actually took a side trip. Yeah,
Oh,
with some
where?
people to Singapore.
All right.
So that was lots
Where
of
is that
fun.
at? I actually don't know where it's located in contrast to Hong Kong.
So Singapore, it was about a 3.5 hour flight south of Hong Kong.
Oh,
So it's
wow,
closer
okay.
to the equator.
A lot
Yeah.
hotter too, yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot hotter. But there was lots of good food, a lot cheaper than Hong Kong, if you can imagine
What?
that.
I really can't.
Yeah,
Because I've never been.
We went and we had meals, a full meal for $2 to $3.
$2-3 US.
Yeah,
Wow.
so that was pretty awesome. Yeah. So we ate a lot.
Anything notable that stood out in terms of food or something you saw down in Singapore?
I guess their main national dish is a chicken and rice dish. And
right.
I've never had chicken that was so tender and smooth and tasted so well. It was just really simple yet really good and cheap, and something that I don't think I'll find here. So that was definitely memorable.
Yeah, I eat like chicken a lot. It's mostly like I eat chicken a lot for lunch. It's basically my lunch for like every single day, Monday to Friday.
Nice. And it's healthy.
It's good, yeah, but it probably doesn't taste as good. Mine's is just salt and pepper. Keep it healthy, keep it simple. It's easy to cook.
There you go.
So like just eating, but sightseeing. What else? What do you see down there?
Yeah, it's super clean in Singapore.
Clean, okay.
Yeah, very
cleaner
clean.
than in San Francisco.
Yeah, very clean. Like we saw a lot of people just. Employees just on the streets or whatnot, just like sweeping, the streets and whatnot.
I can't imagine people doing that in San Francisco.
Yeah,
it's especially downtown. It's really really dirty here in San Francisco downtown.
I guess so, right? But I guess they lay down the law there, and everyone kind of abides by it, which is really cool. Oh
my god, I wish we had people more strict about it here.
Yeah,
especially downtown.
Yep. So yeah, Singapore is definitely really nice. It wasn't too crowded. There's a lot of good food and very clean, and some sights to see. They like to build their buildings that look like things, I guess.
Look like what?
Yeah. So there's one building that looks like a lotus flower.
All right.
Right. So that was kind of cool. They had one building that was a performing arts center that was shaped like a durian. So that was kind of interesting.
That's weird. I don't like the smell of durian. I actually tried it. I was like, oh yeah, it tastes really, really good.
It does taste really good.
I tried it. No, not really. It's like I don't like. It just felt weird too. The texture of it is like, no, I'm just not gonna try it.
I think it's one of those things where you love it or you hate it. So.
Yeah, everyone says that. But no, I just hate it in general. Like, I might try like a durian flavored something, but not the actual fruit. But it's something like that with like a lot of fruit for me. It's like, oh, the actual fruit tastes bad or weird, and I don't like it. But then I like the flavor of it, like mango.
Yeah,
I like mango flavored stuff. I don't like actual mango.
That's interesting.
It's weird, but that's how I am. I don't know.
It's funny talking about durian. Like we actually bought some durian and had some people try it for the first time.
Wow, whose first time was it that tried durian?
So we had Garrett, Sarah, and Eddie, right? So it was really interesting. So. Garrett's first reaction was silence. He was very nice about it, but I don't think he liked it very much.
Yeah.
His last word was, "Well, I wouldn't put this in my smoothies." So we're like, okay, I guess, it's all right. And then Sarah really liked it. She said, "Oh wow, this is actually really good." And when we asked her what's like her favorite fruits and stuff, because we had like this fruit tasting, little party.
Wow,
she said,
that's fun.
Durian's my favorite, and
wow, you just converted her. You just converted
totally.
her.
So we gotta find some good durian in the States to fulfill her craving sometimes.
Yeah. Like, do you have a durian party with her?
Yeah, I know. A select few will join in, right? And Eddie tried it.
Well, Eddie's back here with us. Eddie, you want to join us and tell us how you thought about durian?
It was amazing. It was caught on video. She really liked it. Right?
I would never eat that again, ever.
That's what you say now.
Tony made me try multiple durian
types
of food. He made me try a durian puff, which
really
was
good.
barely tolerable. He made me try a durian mousse cake, which was horrid.
Oh,
Had we not been in a public place, I would have spit that out. And then I tried the real durian, and I will admit, it's not as bad as it smells.
Yes.
But what does that really say?
It says a lot.
What does that really say? It is the only fruit in the world that has a "do not bring in here, not allowed" sign.
Yeah, I've seen signs like that.
Not allowed in the subway, not allowed in hotels. So, what does that tell? It smells pretty bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
No, but it just means that it's, people might not have the advanced palate to enjoy it, the fragrant, aromatic nature of the king of fruits.
He always says fragrant and aromatic. Yeah. What he really means is pungent.
Yeah.
It's extremely pungent.
Yeah, I remember my mom cut one open in a kitchen before. My room was pretty far away from the kitchen. I could smell it all the way from my room. It's like, wow, that's really strong. So, and it's like we closed all the doors so the smell wouldn't get through the other rooms and into my room, but yeah. Okay, so wait, I asked you about the Erg race earlier. Was that in the Stanley race or the second race.
That was the second race. That was the Hong Kong Dragon Boat Carnival.
All right, so I saw the photos of that, and I was like wondering what is an erg race. Explain it to us in detail.
Sure, yeah. So it's basically an erg machine with the paddle attachment. It's not exactly the same as the ergs that we use. We use Concept 2s. They use a Kayak Pro version of it. But similar, right? So what happens is you have a team of 5 paddlers and then a drummer.
Wow, what a team of... How do you sync up or...
Oh, so one person go... It's like a relay race.
Oh, okay,
So one person hops on and they say, paddlers, are you ready? Go, right? And then the first person does 100 meters on the erg. And then once 100 meters hits, that person hops off, the next person hops on and does 100 meters, and so on and so forth. So 5 people each do 100 meters, so it's a total of 500 meters, and then they record your time when you're done.
Wow, okay. So it's like a boat race without the beer, but with an erg machine instead of beer.
There you go. There you go.
All right. What else about this? What's the race called again in Hong Kong?
The official name is the Hong Kong Dragon Boat Carnival.
Okay.
So the reason why they call it that is because they want to call it more like a festival that includes the races, but there was a really good beer garden. There was a lot of live entertainment. So it was actually...
It's kind of like Charger Island for us, or is there bigger?
I'd say it was bigger. Yeah, there was a lot more things going on even after hours.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Yeah. So after hours, even when it got dark and stuff in the evening, they would have concerts or live entertainment and stuff going on all night. Yeah.
So what do you guys do at night then?
At night?
Yeah, I mean, there's always nighttime adventures with the team, especially when we go to away races.
Yeah.
So tell us something fun that you guys did at night. Nighttime adventures in Hong Kong.
Nighttime adventures. So, we had a good team dinner. That was awesome. We had all-you-can-eat hot pot.
Oh my god.
It only cost about $18 US, but...
That's pretty good price.
Yeah, they had tons of meats and,
all I eat is meat when I go hot pot, or that's all you can eat. It's I'm not going to fill myself up with rice. I'm being Asian.
Right, yeah. So we ordered, they gave us a 2-hour limit, but we ordered plates upon plates of just meat, and, other things too. But it was actually really good.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially since it's after a race, you'd be really, really tired, and you could eat a lot. I could eat a lot after races, but yeah, I try not to.
Yeah.
Still trying to maintain my fitness and all that.
Yeah.
So even at race day, but yeah.
But other stuff we did, we would walk around the streets of Hong Kong, go to some of the night markets and try different foods.
Night market. Oh.
Yeah.
How was the night market? I mean, night market. What is there to do at night market? The few night markets I went to, it's all food for me. But what is there to do in Hong Kong night market?
So their night markets are a little bit different. They don't really focus on food as much on the night markets. It's more just shopping for little trinkets or little things.
Oh yeah.
And things like that. And it's generally pretty cheap. So
yeah, of course.
Yeah, you can get little things like phone cases or USB drive or little gadgets or whatever it is. But it's usually pretty cheap. They do have some food stalls where they have fishball skewers or
just Hong Kong street food.
Yeah, Hong Kong street food is really good.
I don't see people with that. At least I don't see food trucks with the food like they have. I thought they would have food trucks here with Hong Kong street food, but I heard it's been years ago. My friend said he wants to start one, but it never happened. But hopefully there would be a food truck that comes out with Hong Kong street food somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure if someone does it, they'll get a lot of business.
Probably not in San Francisco. Might be somewhere else. But yeah, that's really good. I like Hong Kong street food, which I haven't had much of just because I don't go to Hong Kong.
Yeah, well, it's definitely some place that you should visit. It's a pretty awesome place.
Eventually. I went there when I was a kid, 3 years old.
Oh, yeah?
Doesn't count because I don't remember
You don't remember anything,
It's anything you can't remember when you go to places and you don't remember it as a kid, it doesn't count.
That's true.
Vegas, I went to Vegas when I was 7.
Oh, really? You gotta go again.
Yeah. Okay, so, you guys had fun. We had our own small event here back in at home and stuff. We planned a lot of stuff they didn't follow through, but I don't know, whatever. We still had fun.
Yeah,
we had Thirsty Thursday.
Nice.
I didn't go, but I heard stories and there's stuff coming up that they plan at Thirsty Thursday.
Oh yeah,
Stripple 2014.
What's that?
Hashtag Stripple 2014. Think about it. Ripple, strip,
Okay, I can see that. All
it's
right.
coming winter 2014. That's what I've heard, but it might be.
Who's planning it?
It's either. I think it's Janet.
Okay.
Because I think she was the first time I brought it up. Let's see. We had National Donut Day on the Friday.
Oh, did you go to like Krispy Kreme or something?
Charles got a rolling pin donut.
Oh, okay.
It's really good.
Cool.
It's national. I guess so. It's only U.S.
Right, I guess.
Like, no donuts for you.
No, not in Hong Kong.
No. There's these what is it? Chinese donuts.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't it just like fried oil sticks?
Yeah,
that's what I heard. Like I read. Like,
they're not really donuts.
Yeah, I don't know why the American translation is that. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like the literal translation I get from it is oil stick.
Yeah, that's a literal translation, which doesn't sound very appetizing.
Yeah,
so I think
so
that's
it's
why
Chinese
they
donuts.
call it a donut. Yeah,
It's deep fried.
Yeah, we definitely had some of that in Hong Kong, which is pretty good.
Donut, milk tea, Asian stuff.
Yeah,
Because you guys are in Hong Kong. Casinos. Did you guys anyone go to casino in Hong Kong when you guys were there?
I don't think there are any casinos in Hong Kong, but some people went to Macau and they have casinos there.
Because you guys went to Macau like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Some people took like a day trip. It's like an hour ferry ride to Macau.
That's not. Wow, that was farther away for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's it. So how did you guys do in your Hong Kong race? I did not actually. I stopped going on Facebook, so I haven't seen results. What are results for the Stanley race? How did you guys do?
We did pretty well for the Stanley race. We ended up placing first in the Silver Cup Championship.
That's wow.
So that means we were 13th out of 193 teams.
Wow,
so
we're like national, we're like international level.
Yeah, so that was lots of fun. And then in our Hong Kong race, our women's boat, we teamed up with Space Dragons.
Yep.
For our gender boats, and the women's boat got third place in the international division. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Wow, we are really good. I didn't imagine we could compete on the international level until now. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't think big enough. So like, wow, we're actually international level skills.
Yeah, although it did take some time to get used to some of the water conditions.
How is it in Hong Kong? Is it like a lot shaky? Scarier than
that's an understatement. I think that was the scariest I've been on a dragon boat, and I think a lot of people would say the same.
Wow. Worse than TI, I can't
like
imagine.
a million times worse.
I'll be freaking out so much. It's like, okay, I'm used to TI now. I mean, I'm in like my 6th, 7th year here, so I'm like, okay, I'm fine with TI. But if anything gets even worse, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, those waves are just very big, like swells. So they're not like small waves or anything like with white caps or anything like that. They're just big swells that just like rock the boat back and forth, left and right.
Oh my god.
So we weren't used to it when we first got on the boat. We would, freak out and just like, be all tense and stuff. But, we kind of learned to adapt to it as the weekend goes along and stuff. So that was pretty good. We were able to, move with the boat and not let it phase us or anything. But our very first race was pretty interesting. So what happened is we rostered our boat. So the Hong Kong boat is they have 10 benches, but you leave one bench empty, just like Long Beach. So we have 18 paddlers on the boat. And then we left, I think, row 6 or 7 empty. I don't remember. And but we didn't realize that if we looked at some of the other teams, most teams left bench 1 empty. But we were like, oh, okay, that's cool. They can do whatever they want. Okay, so I don't know if you guys seen this Facebook picture, but during that race, we just kept on taking in water like crazy. Like every single stroke, waves of water would like come into the boat. And there's this picture on Facebook where, Wilson and I are in row 1 and like half our waist is like, underwater.
I actually gotta look up this photo now. I'm interested to see how bad the water condition was.
It looked like we were in a submarine, like just kind of sinking, right? And I, like 3/4 of the way into the race, after we kept on taking on water, I really thought we were gonna sink. Like slowly sink to our like slow death into, the Victoria Harbor or whatever.
Wow.
So that was pretty crazy.
I'm afraid to race here now.
No, I mean, it was definitely a good experience, right?
But now no first row.
Yeah, so after that, we re-rostered everything to push everyone back, and we're like, okay, this is how it works. So that was pretty interesting, and then, obviously steering was very difficult also with the conditions.
Yeah.
And there was one race where I was actually drumming, and was it Michael Hong? Yeah, he was steering, and he decided to sit down or crouch down in the middle of the race, and that really tipped the boat over to the right side. So it was pretty crazy. Like, it tipped over to right, and we were just paddling kind of like diagonally for a few strokes, and we started to take on a little bit water on our right side gunnel, and he corrected himself, and I think we were okay. But just hanging on for dear life as a drummer because I don't want to fall in and get DQ'd. Looking at the faces of some of the paddlers, like looking up at me, and they're like, "Oh,
you gotta look brave, or else I'll freak out as well."
Right. So again, that was like the learning curve we gotta go with. But in the end, we were we got through it, and I think it was a good experience overall.
Well, all right. Well, we're hitting about like 20-something minutes. So
Oh,
I think we should wrap up. But
Sure.
that's a fun story. But before we end, I always have these questions people ask.
Okay.
So my question is, how do you like your eggs in the morning?
I like my eggs over easy.
Over easy.
Yes.
Oh, that's so weird. I don't like runny egg yolks.
But if you have like bread or something to like soak it up, it's so good.
That's
or like
what-
rice or something. Oh man, that's the best.
I only like them for eggs Benedicts. Those are amazing.
Oh, okay, like poached eggs.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But like, I normally take them scrambled. You just throw them in scrambled. It's done.
Yeah, it's easy to make. It's easy to eat. Yeah, that's true.
That's my breakfast I'm switching up my breakfast soon. But like, it's for the past month. I just had like 2 scrambled eggs for breakfast, and that's it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's simple and it's easy. So all that fitness and all that stuff I have to keep up with. One of the reasons I work out is just for cosplay. One of my
I know.
motivations.
We've seen pictures, Ben.
yeah, I have my costume coming from AX, but yeah, okay, that's
Nice.
another story. So, I guess that's it for the 3rd episode of Ripple Rounds. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hearing Tony's stories from Hong Kong and the crazy stuff with the boat during the races, that's kind of scary. So, I'll see you guys next time, which will be more sooner than this episode and between the 2nd and 3rd episode here. So, alright, I guess that's it.